Hello and welcome to Eber. Nope, that's the other show.
Where?
I haven't done that in a long time.
I should not be here.
Yeah. Okay. So Casey's playing Randy. Colin, you're playing
GM
Jeff.
Right.
Eric.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So,
Anyone that doesn't listen to that podcast will have no idea what's happening in what I'm sure is our cold open.
go
Check
listen
out Eberron
and you'll
Renewed.
understand.
Check out Eberron Renewed. Eric runs
You
the
should
game,
watch it.
and I play in it. It's good. Listen to it. It's on.
Set in the
it's
city of
podcast-
Sharn.
podcast. Yeah. Street level. Rapscallion criminals. Hello and welcome to Khyber Shards.
Yeah.
A D&D actual play set in the Eberron campaign world. Eric,
Was there.
tell Colin to tell us what happened last time.
Hey, Colin,
Yes, Eric.
what happened last time?
We played D&D, surprising everyone. Kind of. We had
I rolled a couple dice.
You did, and I'm glad it didn't go great. We had a big old conversation with Tommel where he informed us that he is super duper brainwashed by the bad guy and is 100% committed to being a bad guy until he dies again. And then we found out I told you were going to hate my summary of this. And then we found out what it was that Mirren and Tommel were after. And that is the body of the name I forgot of an elf.
Cardan.
Cardan. I literally was just told that name too. And that he's kind of like the final key in Colseer's plan to come back and instill evil over all the lands and tear the world apart with his evil. So we decided that we weren't going to execute Tommel. We would let him live in the impregnable cell that Ari was trapped in previously. And we are going to go and see if the corpse was retrieved and see what kind of timeline that puts us on in the Colseer thing. And Thora gave everybody a little rainbow parting of maybe it's not too late for Tommel. That's last time. And now this time.
That's an interpretation of last time. Man, that was there's gonna be people in the watch party who are gonna come into your stream next time you're going, and
Maybe
Be
I
wrong.
won't go to the
They'll come into a stream and be wrong.
I better get clips ready from the last episode. I'm going to pay for an AI subscription.
oh my. All right. Yeah. So, you all are intending to head toward the Rubble Warren, I believe.
Yep.
So it's not very far from the school. So you head out to the Rubble Warren. You notice, if you hadn't already known it, that due to the earthquake, the Rubble Warren has changed in a bunch of ways. One, the earthquake, of course, made things slide around. But also, a lot of debris from the earthquake has been piled in the Rubble Warren. And so it has also expanded in that sense. So I'm going to need a check to find your way back to that entrance that the Rubble Warren gang showed you so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
When you were lowly little level 2 or 3 characters. So that was probably a survival check or an investigation check. I would take either one of those would make sense, I think.
Performance? perform well in trying to find the entrance?
I would.
What if
I'd
I
be
do
happy
it
to
while
roll
having
survival.
cartwheels, and so it's an athletics check?
That is not what I think anyone has ever said after using the phrase cartwheels. It's
So-
acrobatics, obviously.
So points for originality.
Yes, you get 5 points for originality.
Can I add that to the 12 I rolled for survival?
No.
Pog has died through the Rubble Warren. Good luck, you two.
What good are those points? Oh.
How?
All right, Ari. Let's step
How?
up and make something happen.
I can't see your rolls.
Shade-
What's happening?
Okay,
How?
I rolled a 1. I get +8, and I rolled a 1. Like, there's very few numbers that are bad for me in this. I
Found it.
am
Found it.
ashamed, and I would really.
Oh.
Okay.
What Eric do?
What? Or,
19 investigation.
So
Ari's like, I
Pog-
can track this one, guys.
Pog, this is too different. It's weird. And you're really mad still. You're still
That's fair,
kind of off. Shade, these things are like rocks and stuff, and it's all like shaped and non-natural, and so it's just no good.
Totally not trees.
Yeah.
Why?
But Ari,
Being a
you
city
remember
boy.
that day. Yeah. And are able, after a little bit of winding around, you manage to make your way
Downtown.
back to the spot where it where you went in before, and there's still an opening.
Hey, found it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
I
Whoa, hey.
would have gotten there eventually. But good job, Ari. Good job.
Thank you.
I-
That's
Right. Yes. Well, that's not for you. Embarrassing for me.
Right. Us doing
Yep.
bad doesn't make you doing good less good.
Yeah.
Should we go in?
head
No?
down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you all scramble into the very small hole. Everyone give me an athletics or acrobatics check as you scramble into this hole.
20.
I just pulled a Casey.
Uh-huh.
I don't love that.
That's an 8 for Pog.
No, I just pulled a Casey and rolled a 21.
Oh, it's... Did you just reassign your name as a verb?
I did.
You don't get to give your own nicknames, Casey.
All right, so you guys start to scramble in. Ari and Shade go in relatively easily. Pog, you're a lot. You're
Rocks.
you're stronger than you used to be. You've bulked up since
college. Yeah, I know,
since back
I know.
then. And it's a little tighter of a squeeze than it was before. You've been visiting street food carts too much. I don't know. You decide.
No, it's definitely both. Just don't
shame,
tell
by the
me I
way.
Winnie the Pooh here.
No,
It's the new-
no.
It's the new relationship 15. Pog's not single anymore, so you know.
Yeah, fair enough.
But you managed to scramble through, but it's a lot more awkward than you recall, and you slip and go sliding down the passage and straight out a hole and drop into a room, and you take a push's worth of damage.
You okay, buddy?
What? Why wouldn't I be? Yeah, of course, I'm fine. Let's go. We're in here. We all got in here. We're good. Let's go.
We did.
Okay.
So you're in a chamber. You immediately realize that things have obviously changed because before you got into kind of like a sewer or something like that, and came out only into passages much later. But something else is broken through, and so you are further down than you were before. So, what's the plan?
I mean, how many options do we have to progress forward?
In this room, there's a hole broken in a wall directly opposite where you come in, and there is an old, somewhat crumbling but still passable doorway. No door, but doorway in a wall to the left.
Are there any markings to indicate, like basically Ari would be investigating to try and see if there's any markings to indicate religious iconography, something that would indicate the location of a tomb, because presumably a tomb wouldn't be in isolation. It would be as part of a network or structure or something like that. So
Sure. An investigation check or a history or religion check would all be ways to find out what you're after.
we'll do history. 16.
Okay. You can tell pretty quickly, just from the dimensions of the space that you're in, that this is giant workmanship. This room is pretty plain. Doesn't seem to indicate a purpose of this space.
Okay. So we have a break in the wall or a passageway that's part of this room, essentially. Ari looks the other. Well, there's nothing to really indicate that this is like the foyer to a tomb or anything. So I think either way could equally be plausible, like the hallway or going through the breach and see if we come across another room. What do y'all think?
Just
I don't know.
pick one, I guess.
Let's go through the hole in the wall.
Okay.
All right. So the hole in the wall is small enough that you'll have to crawl.
Gross.
So you hunker down and begin crawling along the passages. There's probably points at which Pog has to army crawl. And Ari, you're tall, but not so big as Pog, and so your crawling is probably pretty awkward. Shade, you can crawl fairly comfortably through here.
Especially if you're a fox.
I was
that's
just
true.
thinking I might as well just be a fox and go through this.
Shade struts
cheating.
easily
Shade.
through
That's
this
cheating.
This very spacious tunnel.
It's very spacious.
It's super
It's
comfy.
a good way to travel, Cal.
Yeah. After a little ways, you come out into another open space. This one has some columns in the center of it. You do notice that there's another breach opening into this out of another tunnel. And then there's another, there's not so much a door as the open space you've come out into continues to the right.
Okay.
There's a wall opposite you that is broken open. You don't see any doorways, but there's definitely flagstones under your feet, so this is still constructed space.
Shade, Pog, you all are much better at this kind of thing. Can you tell if anybody else has passed through here? I imagine this place doesn't get a whole lot of traffic, so if Mirren has been walking through, that might be obvious.
Sure. Survival or perception would both be acceptable for this particular space.
Nat 20 survival for
Nice.
25.
Awesome. Okay. Pog, you see you see three different sets of prints as you lean down, looking real close to the ground. Three different sets of prints. One, you see something seems to have just sort of scraped the rock of the flagstones in a sort of rhythmic way, as if this would be an anachronistic concept, but as if somebody was walking in cleats.
Mm-hmm. Bless you.
Thank you.
Then you see two sets of more defined footprints. One of them is definitely humanoid. The other is smaller and reptilian.
I will relay that information and ask Shade if she knows anything about those reptilian prints. And if Ari, in his fashion knowledge, has ever seen anything that would leave footprints like that.
Shade, I would take a nature or survival. Either one's okay. Ari, you can take 3 emotional damage because Pog was obviously mocking you.
Hateful.
I rolled a 14 for my nature check.
Okay. 14 is actually good enough here because you've followed prints like this before. Actually, you followed prints like this last time you were down here. You're pretty confident these are kobold footprints.
I do know what made those. A kobold did.
Oh.
Would Ari have any knowledge of what those weird shoes would be just to stick it to Pog?
I would take an investigation check, probably. You could make a nature check, I guess, with that. Whichever one of those is better for you.
Make a nature check, but I already rolled an investigation.
I'm waiting for him to
6.
declare he pushed it.
Something sharp, kind of pokey.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I hadn't figured that part out. Yep. Good job. Good job.
I mean, I said it looks like someone wearing cleats. It doesn't actually, like, it's not like there's not a pattern of scrapes in a foot shape, but yeah.
So 3 things that way.
Yeah.
See where to and why.
Seems like as good a plan as any.
Down that way.
Okay. So you begin following the passage down.
Ari summons Oblivion in his hand just to, we're in a dangerous place.
Okay.
Pog has the axe out for the light that it casts.
All right. And here we all learned that Pog took the axe back from Solarka, in case anyone was wondering.
We had it in the basement last episode because I was holding it.
Okay, everyone found out last episode that
Yes.
Pog took the axe back from Solarka.
That she gave to me. She made for me.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Here, have this gift back. No, it's super good. I promise. I didn't find something cooler.
Oh, so you're just keeping it out of obligation. I see.
Don't try. Don't try. Poglarka is strong and you can't stop it. I mean, I guess you could. You are Solarka, but don't stop it.
I play half of it.
Don't stop it.
No, yes, you are heading on down. With a natural 20, Pog, you're able to easily just stay on this. After a little bit, the kobold tracks turn aside and go through a breach in the walls that are kind of at intervals along either side of the passage you're walking down. There's big columns. Some of them have fallen over, that sort of thing. The spiky marks continue to move along the passage.
And there was
the
another set of
humanoid?
footprints.
The
That were
humanoid goes
As
with the spiky?
the humanoid footprints are also going down the passage. Yeah.
Okay.
We're here for Mirren, so I imagine we keep following those, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Surrender
Tears
some
up
curiosity.
kobold side plot. No.
Won't need that harpy map. Colseer wins. End of series.
Yes. It was all the kobolds. The kobolds were your hope.
Makes sense.
Sorry, lost it for a minute. You continue along the passage for about half an hour.
Oh.
And then it comes to an abrupt end. The passage is straight and even, and so you can see the dead end coming. It reaches a dead end, I suppose, is the better way to put that. At the dead end, there is an elaborate facade of a building set into a wall, crumbling and somewhat ruinous, but you can still tell that it was once upon a time richly decorated. There is a statue standing in front of the walls of an elven warrior mounted upon a horse. The head of the warrior is gone. The tail of the horse is broken off, but the statue is otherwise remarkably intact.
Well, this looks like kind of things.
Yep.
Is there like a trick for tombs? Or should it just be tombs?
I've never looked at giant tombs before, so except for that one that we were in when Colseer was sitting there. So let's investigate and take a look and see if we can find anything.
Yeah.
Sure.
We should look at it.
Investigation and perception checks would be relevant.
10.
7.
25.
There we go.
Shade.
Thank you, Shade.
So, Pog and Ari, you can both see that there is a door and that the humanoid footprints clearly went through it, but there's no clear way to open it. Shade, you notice, in addition to that, that there's an inscription on the plinth that the statue is set on in giant runes.
Finally. Spent that whole downtime learning giant and it does not come up once.
You were rewarded with friendship along the way.
Yes.
The true language you learned was friendship.
Ari, can you read this?
I think so. I can try. Ari attempts to read it.
It's in a dialect you don't know.
Punches the inscription.
No. It says, "To he who carried our armies to our greatest victories. In the name of Kulsir, this salute is offered. Until we meet again, old friend."
Ari says it out loud. Is the statue saluting in any kind of way?
The statue has an arm raised, like above its head, sort of triumphantly. The other hand is grasping the reins of the horse.
Ari tries to mimic the salute that the statue is giving.
Ari looks like the hero at the end of an 80s movie.
Okay.
Hog holds a boombox over his head to see if that helps at all.
I thought that you offer the salute and then that opens the door. That's what I was trying to
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a salute. I thought a salute was like this, but I don't know.
It definitely sounds like it's the right place. Right? Friend of Colseer?
Yeah, no, I
You just
agree.
need to get through that door.
Yeah, that's exactly what we need to do. So just trying to figure out how to do that.
I feel like if I hit this door, it's going to hit me back.
Yeah.
This feels like one of those doors.
Yeah. So the inscription said variation of we offer you this salute in death. Until we meet again.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Colseer's
Shade just
name.
starts like attempting to move stuff on the statue. Like, does anything budge or push?
In Colseer's name.
The door opens.
Oh.
Ari's like,
Just as
Okay.
Shade accidentally pushes the statue over and destroys the 10,000-year-old piece of giant art. No, I'm kidding. As soon as you say that, Ari, the door opens.
hey. Anyone want to?
Yeah.
What just happened? I don't understand what just happened.
I solved a riddle.
Okay.
And got through a door.
Yeah.
Big deal.
We don't always do that very well.
And it didn't hit me. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So does that mean you're going to go in first?
I can if you want me to.
Oh, it's fine. Pog will walk through the doorway.
You enter into a room that is set with furniture. Furniture that's much too large for you. Carved wooden chairs of giant scale. A hearth at one end that is the size of your bedroom. Ari, the hair on the back of your neck stands up as soon as you walk in here.
There's some bad juju in here, guys.
Well, it is a friend of Colseer.
Arcana check?
Sure.
Investigation. Okay. I'm going to push that. $21.
Nice.
You realize that you are just on the edge of your mental hearing. You are feeling a mind in this room. Through your mark.
Ari communicates this. I'm feeling something's mind through my mark. Have your weapons ready. I'm going to try to engage with it. Okay?
Pog was already holding the axe and goes, okay.
Yeah.
Ari tries to step over the edge.
Oh, is drawn.
As it were.
Okay. You step in. Oh, I see. You reach out with your mind. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Reach out, touch
Um,
space.
There's a mental presence you can sort of feel through that use of detect thoughts that seems to be connected to this huge carven chair.
Ari
You
approaches.
realize it's not that different from the sensation you kind of get that maybe is so frequent that it's kind of become mental background noise to you, but you realize it's kind of the sensation you get every time you walk past the bust of Jalier.
Ari approaches the chair that this seems to be emanating from.
Mm-hmm.
And tries to hello?
Hog and Shade Ari appears to be talking to a chair.
The energy seems to be coming from this chair. Is there any kind of check I can make to like gain further insight into what's going on?
You could make. I would take either an Arcana or History check to remember how spirit idols work for people who don't have the Mark of Death.
Okay.
Shade is
24.
like checking behind the chair.
It's a nice chair.
Okay.
I've got a better one.
With a 24, you know that spirit idols most traditionally respond to the spell Speak with Dead.
Okay. So Ari casts Speak with Dead.
Okay. So there's a moment, and then all of you can see the giant sitting in the chair.
Whoa.
Hello.
This person is, truly big and very different from the giants that you have met in the tents of Rushime. This giant doesn't have the proportions of a giant. The giants that you've met. They're not big and bulky. It's almost like just a very, very, very big, very strong looking human or elf. In fact, you notice the slightly pointed ears and ashy gray skin. The giant tilts their head, looking down at the three of you. It says, I am Procres, guardian of the tomb and rest of Carden until the Emperor comes again. What is your business here?
I wish I wouldn't have said hello.
We seek to ensure the preservation of the rest of... Sorry, Cardan?
Mm-hmm.
Cardan. We believe somebody may have come to disrupt it, and we're investigating that possibility.
Make a deception check with disadvantage.
Where's the lie?
Gulp.
We don't want this dude brought back from the dead.
We are protecting his rest. Making sure he stays in it.
I will take a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Do I push? I got a 19, but that's due to rolling a 6. I'll push once. 24.
The giant looks down and regards you. By whom were you sent?
We were sent by an agent of Kolsir named Tommel.
Your mistress has come and gone.
And she has retrieved Cardan's remains.
The time is at hand.
All right. Thank you.
That's yes, right?
In Kulsir's name. And he straightens back into the chair and vanishes.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh.
Well, no reason to stick around here, is there?
Nope. I don't believe so.
Let's head
Not
back.
unless there's like a explanation for how to do what we want to do down here, but we don't think that exists, right?
Kill Me 101 book.
Are there any
Right.
scrolls or parchment or books around, Philip?
Not in this room.
But there might be something cool in the tomb.
Yeah.
There might be evidence in the tomb. I feel like it'd be irresponsible of us to not finish the investigation.
That is, we have left a lot of room not looked in when we go places.
But the concern is that giant ghost has a problem with it and comes at us.
But doesn't he think we're them?
I think he can hear us right now, though.
And I mean, that's right. But if he thought we weren't them, we'd already be in trouble for being not the good guys.
But I don't think he wants us to go in there.
Did he say that?
I mean, he
No,
just said like
should
the job was done.
Should I
Yeah.
send
Right?
my friend into the room?
That could be interesting.
Yeah.
And Minnie pops up inside the tomb, if I can see in there.
Can we see in the tomb? Or
Where's
is there
the
a closed door?
tomb? There's no door, as far as you can tell.
Oh.
Yeah, this room appears to have one way in or out, and you've come through it.
Oh, was this his unliving room?
Can I roll perception to look for?
Sure.
Nice.
23.
You spend a few minutes searching around the room, and you see that the back of the hearth appears to have just the barest of seams, as though it could open.
It's probably that. If we wanted to pay our respects.
Yeah, Eric is just trying to think of a plausible lie that could be said to this giant ghost as to why we would need to get in there. And I'm coming up blank. Because I'm worried he can like sense like if we say like, oh, Our Lady left something behind,
making
and
sure
sent
she
us to
didn't drop
retrieve
him.
it. Like,
Don't want his hand to fall off. It's a really good hand.
I mean, Shade, do
I
you
mean,
wanna
but we
see
don't
if
have
you
to
can-
say anything, right? We can.
Yeah, if you want to see
Just
if you can
go.
open it. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I roll perception?
The look of
To
challenge
Just
on
done now.
Philip
at
right
the-
now is not great.
You have done so.
I did, but my investigation sucks. So I don't...
You found a seam around a door that seems or something that seems to open on the back of the hearth.
Got it. Yeah. I would like to push it. Because
Okay,
I'm sure
make a strength check.
it's that simple.
Are you a fox still?
I am not.
She just front paws it like she's sharpening on a couch.
It's like when a cat stretches. just
Apparently.
like-
Huh. That
Apparently
is
I
what
am
happened.
still a fox. Yes, I rolled a 5.
You heave against it real hard and nothing happens.
Could I help?
It's not budging. I mean, you can
Oh, no.
try.
I will do the same.
Okay, make a strength check.
$21.
You heave against the door, and it does not move.
Told you it wasn't going to move.
I just wanted to prove how right you are. Ari?
Ari would try to heave against it and close it more. Like the inverse.
Yeah, the
of-
latch, like Mirren left the didn't the latch didn't quite
Security.
click when
Oh,
Mirren
wait.
closed it because it's a pull.
I mean, I can see if I can get him to open it for us, gang.
I love late night games.
We are so bad at opening doors. We're just-
And so
Oh,
much
open that first
else.
door, great.
Ari walks back over to the chair, casts Speak with Dead on the chair.
The giant reappears. I am Procris, guardian of the tomb and rest of Cardain.
Hello.
What is your business?
Our Lady Mirren recently came to retrieve the corpse of Cardan in the name of Colseer. And Ari does the little salute. But
Door closes.
unfortunately,
I'm kidding. No,
yeah.
it's too soon.
she believes that she may have left some items behind by accident in the tomb and has sent us to attempt to retrieve them for her. So that is why we are here. And if you could give us access to the tomb just so we can step in briefly to investigate to see if her missing items are there and retrieve them, then that would be appreciated in Colseer's name and also with
Door
you.
closes. Make a
No door
deception
reopens.
check
Opens.
with disadvantage.
Door's just slamming open and closed.
21.
21.
Oof.
Tell me of these items.
They are they're magical in nature. Her casting implement and also a spell book that she had with her. They are, however, warded against all forms of scrying, so any attempt to detect their location would fail because she has warded them as such. So we must physically investigate possible locations that they were left.
Pog believes Ari.
Oh, we're on Mirren side now?
Hold on. Strike Force. Quick meeting. Strike Force. A word?
The giant leans forward in the chair.
Oh.
What was Carden's greatest creation?
There any kind of history check that Ari can make in the back?
You can
of his head?
absolutely make
Okay.
a history check.
We
Yep.
weren't there.
Pushing that.
Why are you
Pushing.
bringing up old stuff, Mr. Ghostman?
20.
You know from listening to songs and your travels
Podcasts.
that one of the very, very famous artifacts created by Kulsir is the Eye of Vidalia, the
All right.
founder of the Valinar people.
The Eye of Vidalia, of course.
The giant rises from the chair. The Eye of Vidalia was made for a rebel warlord.
You didn't say it was for Kolsir, but it's a really good creation.
Pog makes some kind of check to back that up.
Gulp. As I jump out of the way from the attack, can it be athletics? We're persuading. I don't think I do better than that, gang. 18.
That seems good.
That's Pog persuading the crap out of something.
Oh, that's weird. It landed on my keyboard and balanced.
Whatever letter it is the number that you rolled.
No, that goes higher than 20. What are you talking about?
As long as it landed on A.
I rolled
that's
a
a-
G.
that's
What
a-
is that?
You don't want that. I landed on Z. You
Right.
rest on
Carry on.
Z. What is this thing's insight modifier? Let's see. Wisdom.
I am
What is its
genuinely
insight
nervous right
on
now.
fire?
Modifier.
Modifier. I heard insight on
haven't-
fire.
I haven't put anything on fire yet.
It rolls a 17.
But
Well, that's less. Wait, no. What's his modifier?
Yeah, that's-
What?
Negative.
No, that's
Oh.
the total.
okay.
The giant shifts back into the chair, resuming an unthreatening posture. It is not my will to open the way. He is gone. If your mistress has left behind things so precious, let her come and retrieve them.
But she has urgent business in Kolsir's name. You would not hinder his work, would you?
The secrets of Cardane's tomb are my concern.
What if we don't go in? Could you just like poke your head in there and see if she left anything, and then we'll go? Just make we don't need to go in. That's not the important thing. It's the things that are important. We don't have to go in because we super trust you.
Very well. A spell book and a casting implement.
Yep.
The giant stands to his full height, turns, and walks to the wall with the hearth and steps through it.
That's so cheating. That's more cheating than you as a fox, Shade.
That is very cheating.
While he stepped away, Ari wants to like look at the chair and see if there's any kind of like mechanism or anything on the chair
Lever.
that he might use to like open the door. Like it might not be magic. It might be mundane.
He's got like too fast, too furious.
Oh, go for it.
Ari's trying. He's trying.
Pull the lever.
I'm gonna push.
Can I help him?
Yeah.
Think happy thoughts.
Okay. Give you advantage.
Okay. Well, that's a 19. And that's a 16. So 19.
Okay. The chair is richly carved. There are a number of notches along the arms. Do you do that?
No.
Okay. Nothing is obviously a lever or a button.
Boy, Philip said that in the most curiosity-scratching way, man.
I assume Ari would be able to just see an obvious lever.
It's true. None of the things that you look at appear to have like a seam around them so that you'd be easily depressed or anything like that.
I mean,
And no, of course there's no lever. You'd be able to see a lever.
meta talk real quick. Ari's at the point where he's about to run his hand down it to see if he feels anything.
Mm-hmm.
But him touching the chair is probably going to cause something to pop off based on Philip's question. So
It's gonna
good.
hit hog.
I mean, okay,
I
Ari's
think that's
going
where
to
we
like
are.
feel to see if he can feel like a recess for a button or anything along the arms of the chair.
You run your hand down the arms of the chair over the numerous notches and ridges of the chair.
Nothing happens. Cool.
I was really hoping this was going to be like pushing the button on the good place. He was just going to like reappear in the chair. Hello.
So, at this point, the giant steps back through the wall. He is carrying now a long spear and a furious look on his face.
Oh, you found it?
There is no implement, no spell book
Good.
in
Good,
this
good.
tomb.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank
glad
you for
you
making
leave it
sure
here.
for us.
Have deceived me.
No, we just have to keep looking for where else it is.
Right.
Thank you for checking.
She's been a
in-
lot of places.
In Colsier's name.
We're just going to go.
A check to get out of this.
An athletics one.
I mean, if you would have just turned and run, that is
Any opposition to me standing by what I just said there, and just thanks for trying. We're heading out.
I've heard what you said. I
No.
need someone to make a check to support it.
Hog
mechanically.
did.
I'm pushing.
Deception. We all backed him up.
I suppose that counts as help.
In the most Keystone Cops kind of way. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pushing a second time, and then I'm done. With
I
this.
only need it to be technical help.
We are FUBAR.
all right, let's
fam.
roll initiative.
It's 13. It's the best I got.
You are not servants of Kulsir. And
Rude.
one of his feet shifts back. The spear comes down in Kulsir's name. And that's where we'll pick up next time.
Oh,
We're at 55 minutes. We can't do a combat encounter in 5 minutes.
you're right. I
I'm
was still
so
running.
glad that
This isn't
we
fate.
can.
I was still running.
I'm glad that we don't look like followers of Kulsir. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's a bad position to be in, but we're not.
It is having just pushed for a 4th time in this room.
Hey, you know what? A moment of pleasure for me in that there's the breaking of a curse, because one of D&D's most recent books released was giant focused and released stat blocks for death giants, which I didn't have access to before.
Love that.
and so
Super love
they
that that's
put
his name.
something out before I needed it.
And not gonna
We're
lie,
so excited for you.
Ari's heart wasn't in getting out of this fight because this seems super rad. So, let's do it.
Death giant.
That's what I said.
I hate it.
For giant death, call the death giant.
It is so late for us.
Death giant. Wow. Okay.
You watched this, viewer.
And we
You made it to
appreciate
this
Thank you all
point.
so much. And we thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with us about this, or let us know what you think of it, you can do so in comments or at various links below, including down there are links to our merch store, links to the Geek Pantheon YouTube channel and Patreon. Over there on the YouTube channel, you will find Eric talking about TTRPGs and stuff surrounding them. In addition to a link to Colin's Twitch, where he is sorry BTR, the O is 0. New episodes of Khyber Shards drop on Mondays. New Khyber Shards answers on Fridays. And until next time, in Kulsir's name.